In 2018, more than 3,800 retail stores will close down in the US. Why? People are buying online, and many people are taking advantage of that by creating their own e-commerce dropshipping store with Shopify. But the problem with that is it can get really expensive, and for 1 year, it's going to cost $350 or $29 a month, and it can easily get up to $1,000 a year with some paid apps. But there's a much cheaper alternative, and it might be even better. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a dropshipping store with WordPress step by step. So this is the website that I'll be showing you how to create from scratch. You don't need any tech skills. It's fully customizable with a drag and drop builder. It's also mobile responsive and e-commerce ready. So basically you'll be ready to start selling today. So let me explain a little bit about how dropshipping works before we actually get started. Basically, we'll be importing products from a Chinese website called AliExpress onto our WordPress store using a plugin called AliDropship. So let's say, for example, this cat necklace is $5 from the supplier. We can list that same product on our website for $15 with free shipping. And then we promote that product or the store through social media and other marketing tactics. The customer will buy and pay you, and only then you'll place an order with the supplier and they will ship it directly to your customer. So basically you will make the difference on that sale. So for example, you're selling it for 15 minus 5 equals $10 profit minus your marketing expenses. So it's really great for beginners because you don't have to deal with that inventory, shipping, and you don't need to invest thousands of dollars to actually get started. So without much further ado, let's get started. Okay, so what do we actually need to get started? The first thing you'll need is a domain name, and basically that is your website address, for example, yourshop.com. And that costs us around $5.99 per year. And then we'll need hosting. So hosting is where you store all your website files, so people can access that all around the world 24/7, and that's going to cost us around $10 a month. AliDropship is the plugin that helps us automate the process of importing the products directly from AliExpress, and also semi-automate the process of fulfilling that order. And you can also import the reviews, which is going to help a lot with the social proof and help us sell a lot more stuff. There's also another plugin called WooDropship, but that one has a free trial, 7-day free trial, I think, and it costs $14 after that. And they also limit the amount that you can actually sell, which is I think 50 orders. Then they charge you $29 a month. So it can get quite expensive, and you don't have that option of importing reviews. So AliDropship is the best option in my opinion, and that costs $89 for a one-time fee. So WordPress and also the theme, that is free. The theme is included in the description, which you can download, and basically you can get started for around $100 today. So open up a browser, and we're going to go to HostGator, so HostGator.com, and then click on enter. So this is where we're going to get our domain name and hosting. We're going to click on web hosting on the top left. So this is the most basic plan recommended for most beginners. I personally recommend the baby plan because you can host unlimited domains. Basically, you can have your friend's domain, your client's domain, and your domain all hosted under one plan. So the business plan is a little bit more expensive, so that is why we're going to go with the baby plan. So click on sign up now. So this is where you enter your domain name. So for example, my one might be called yourstore23, and click on the outside here. If it's actually available, it'll come up with a tick. If not, it'll come up with a cross, and you might need to select a different one or change your name. If you own a domain name already, then click on this tab up here. Let's scroll down here, and you've got the domain privacy protection. That basically protects your identity online. So people can't actually search up your website and find out your personal contact information. So that depends on what you prefer. I'm just going to leave it ticked for now. So we're going to scroll down. For the package type, select baby. For the billing cycle, the longer you select, the more that you're going to save. So I might select 12 months, and let's enter in a username, okay, a security pin. Scrolling down, so I'm going to quickly fill in all my billing information. I'm going to blur everything out and then enter in a credit card detail. Okay, so you can also pay by PayPal as well. So once you fill that in, scroll down, and you want to uncheck all of these because I have videos on how to set all these things up for free on my YouTube channel. You do want to select a SSL certificate, so basically that will give you the HTTPS right here, and it'll say that your website is secure. So you do want to get this right now because it's probably going to be the cheapest you're going to ever get it at. And also, I think Google, starting from July 2018, they'll require you guys to get a HTTPS, otherwise they'll say non-secure. Okay, so it's really important that you get that one. For the coupon code, you can type in Hogan Chua and click on validate. So that will basically help you save a lot more money. So if you actually scroll back up here, then you'll see that the discount has increased. Okay, so I'm going to choose just 1 month because this is just a demo tutorial and I'm not going to be using this website. So we're going to scroll down and then we're going to click on you have read and agreed to the HostGator terms and service, and then click on checkout now. Okay, so once you've actually paid for that, then it'll say order completed, and you'll also get an email which looks something like this, your account information. Click into that, and basically you'll need to click into the URL here, which takes you to the control panel login. And what you'll need to do is put in your username. So copy that username and put it into there, and also copy over your password and paste it in, and then click on login. Okay, so this is the HostGator cPanel, and what you want to do is click on build a new WordPress website. And then what you want to do is click on select a domain, leave this part empty, click on next. So for the blog title, I'm just going to type in store demo, so you can change that later on. For the admin username, put that in, put in your first name, last name, and also your admin URL. Okay, and then click on you've accepted the terms and service, and then click on install now. So that might take a few minutes to install. Okay, so once you've actually seen the installation has complete, so what you want to do first is copy over the password to your clipboard, and then you can open up a new tab, and then you can type in your domain URL. So for this one is yourstore23.com, and then you want to do /wp-admin, and then click on enter. Okay, so as you can see, it says the website cannot be reached yet. And what that basically means is HostGator is basically setting up your website on the back end, and sometimes it might take 15 to 20 minutes for them to actually set it up. So you might need to take a break and then come back later on. So it's been about 25 minutes, and basically we're going to try and log back in. So type in /wp-admin, and that should take you to the WordPress dashboard login panel. So what you need to do is put in your username that you've selected. If you forgot that, then they should also send you an email which says installation has completed. So click into that, and they'll also have the password and also the login URL there. Okay, so what you'll need to do is just paste that in and then click on login. So once you've logged in, a lot of stuff pops up. So I'm just gonna click on close for all of these things for now. So let's clean it up a little bit. Okay. So the first thing that you probably want to do is change the password. So hover over users, and then you can click on all users. So basically this tab, you're able to add in new users. So for example, you might have a virtual assistant to help you fulfill the orders or manage the orders or anything like that. Then you can add them in. So we're going to click on edit for our own one, and then we want to scroll down to the bottom, and then we want to click on generate password, and then I'm going to generate my password, which I actually remember. Confirm that, and then update profile. The next thing that you want to do is you want to go to settings, and then you want to click on permalinks. So we want to change the permalink structure from the default, which is this one here, to the post name structure. The reason for that is because for your pages, you want that title in the actual URL itself. Okay, scroll down, save changes. Now the next thing that you want to do is click on plugins. So plugins are basically like applications, but for your WordPress website. So it comes pre-installed with a lot of different plugins. What I'm going to do is just deactivate them all first. So we try to get everyone on the same page. And then I'm just going to delete them. So we want to select all, and then we want to delete and then apply. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is below this video, click on the description and there should be a link to download the theme. So download that onto your computer, and basically it should look something like themify-shop.zip. Sometimes it might automatically unzip into a folder. What you want to do is right click that folder and compress that back into the zip file like that. Right, so you want to go back to our website here, and you want to go to appearance and click on themes. Okay, so this is the default WordPress theme that is currently installed. What we want to do is click on add new, and then you want to click on upload theme, choose file, and then you want to look for the folder where you've saved that as. So this is the file that we want to upload, themify-shop.zip. Make sure it's that one. Click on open, install now. Okay, so sometimes you might get an error message. For example, it exceeded the file size limit for your uploads, and that has to do with your host limiting how much MB you can actually upload onto your WordPress server. So what you'll need to do is, most cases you'll need to go to your hosting cPanel, and then you'll need to do a Command F or Control Find, and then type in File Manager, and then basically it will find the file manager for you, and then you need to click into that. Okay, so once you've clicked into that, then what you'll need to do is click on public HTML. Sometimes it might appear on the side here. And then what you'll need to do, this is all your WordPress files. Okay, so you need to click on WP content, and then you'll need to click on themes. And then basically we'll manually upload that onto your file manager section here. So what you'll need to do is click on upload, and then you need to select the file, basically select the theme, and upload that to your computer, to your file manager. And then you'll need to go back, and basically you'll get a file where it says the themify-shop.zip. And then what you'll need to do is you'll need to actually select it, okay? And then you'll need to click on extract. And then basically this folder will pop out, and then you'll need to go back to your themes here and activate that theme. Okay, so we're going to click on activate here. Now we're going to click on this X. Okay, so let's have a look at our website now. Okay, so this is what our website looks like at the moment. What we're going to be doing now is installing the plugins. So down below in the description, there's also a download link for the plugins. Make sure to download that onto your computer. So the plugins basically will come in a zip file. So what you want to do is double click it if you're on Mac. If you're on PC, then you need to unzip it into a folder. Okay, click into the folder, and these are the plugins that we're going to be uploading. So what we need to do is click on plugins here, click on add new, upload plugin, choose file, and then click into the plugin folder. What we're going to be doing is uploading the contact form plugin. Click on install now, and then activate that plugin, and then we're going to add all the other ones as well. So click on upload plugin again, choose file, the builder WooCommerce zip, open, install now. So basically this plugin will allow us to easily add the products onto our page. Activate the plugin, click on add new again, and then click on upload plugin, choose file, and this is the product filter for our shop page. Click on open, install now, activate plugin. Okay, so we've installed 3 plugins. We'll need to activate this once we've actually installed the WooCommerce plugin. Click on add new. So WooCommerce is basically the e-commerce plugin. So it adds the e-commerce functionality to our website. So type in WooCommerce here, and it should pop up here. The first one you see, it has over 1 million installs. Click on install, and then just activate that. Okay, once you've actually activated, it will take you to a setup page. So we're going to be walking through this together. So we're going to select where is our store based. We're going to put in United States, and I'm going to type in a dummy address. State, we're going to put California. And then for the currency, just leave that as is. And also I'm going to leave that as is. If you'll be selling services in person, then you can tick that. And then I'm going to click on let's go. So if you want to accept Stripe, then you can select Stripe, but I'll be showing you how to set it up by using PayPal, which is really easy to use. So I'm going to deselect that one. And then I'm also going to click on continue. So basically here, what I generally do is use free shipping for all, okay? Because the AliExpress shipping for the e-packet is, I think, $1 or $2 to the United States and also to other countries as well. So what I generally do is have the product and have the shipping cost included in my total price. So for the weight unit, I'm going to set it as kilograms, because on AliExpress it's set as kilograms and also in centimeters. Okay, so when we actually upload all that information, then it will be correct. So click on continue. So for the automated taxes, it's really good because, for example, if you live in the United States, taxes can become, quite sort of complicated. So we're going to enable both of those. MailChimp is basically, it helps you, collect emails and send emails out. So we're going to click on continue. Okay, so for the MailChimp settings, basically we're going to leave that as is for now. You can configure that later on. So what we're going to do is we've basically installed WooCommerce. If you actually clicked into WooCommerce here, it says welcome to WooCommerce. You're almost ready to start selling. And then click on run setup wizard again. And basically click on let's go. Select that and continue. And then come back here and select kilograms and centimeters. Click on continue. So it's going to ask you to connect your store to Jetpack. So basically what it does is it's going to set up everything for you if you click on continue with Jetpack, including the automated taxes. So click on continue with Jetpack. So it's basically going to ask you to create a new account with Jetpack. And basically this is my email address. We need to set in our username. So put that in there. I'm going to set in a new password. And then you can click on create an account. Or you can just continue with Google. So you can click on continue with Google and select the email. And then that will basically set it up as well. Okay, so that takes a few seconds to authorize that connection. Okay, so it should say you're ready to start selling. So you want to scroll down and basically you can actually click on getting started to learn a little bit more about WooCommerce itself. You can right click and open that in a new tab, but we're going to visit our dashboard. Okay, so as you can see, it says your store does not appear to be using a secure connection. If you've actually purchased the HTTPS thing, basically what you need to do is you can go to plugins and actually install this plugin and it will basically activate it. So you can actually click on add new, and then you can type in HTTPS, and then we want to install a plugin called Really Simple SSL, and then you want to click on install now. Click on activate. Go ahead and activate the SSL. So we're going to click on that. Okay, so it says it's been activated. What you'll need to do now is click on SSL here, and it'll basically ask you to re-log into your website. Okay, so put in your username and password, click on login, and it should actually show up now, the HTTPS. Okay, so that is all good and we're pretty much ready to go. So what you need to do is go down below in the description and click on the link for the AliDropship plugin, or you can actually just type in hoganchua.com/get/again Ali, and then click on enter. So that will take you directly to the plugin that we'll actually need to get. So it's AliDropship here, and this is the WooCommerce plugin. So you'll need to actually buy now for $89. So scroll down here, and I've actually got a coupon code for you guys to save 10%. So you can click on redeem it here, and then you can type in Hogan, and then you can click on apply coupon. Okay, so it says you save $9, $80 now, and then you'll need to fill in your details, fill in your credit card details or PayPal, and complete the order. So once you purchase the plugin, then you should get an email which says thank you for your order. Click into that email, and what you'll need to do is download the Woo plugin. So click on download Woo plugin, and that is the plugin we'll need to install. So you can save that onto your computer. I've already got it saved, and then save it there. And then basically you can go back here, and this is your license key. So we need to go back to our WordPress dashboard area, and we need to install that plugin. So click on plugins. And then what you need to do is you want to click on add new, and then upload plugin, choose file, and go back to the folder where you've downloaded it. It should be this one here, and then click on open, install now, and then we'll need to activate the plugin. And you can scroll down and make sure every plugin that we've actually installed is activated. So for the Themify WooCommerce product filter, you can activate that one right now. And then what you'll need to do is open up a new browser, and we need to download the AliDropship Chrome extension. So type in AliDropship Chrome and hit on enter. And basically it should be the first result here. Click into that. And then what you'll need to do is install it onto your Chrome, and then basically restart your browser. So close your whole entire browser and then open it again, and if you need to, log in to your WordPress dashboard again. So I've already installed it, so I'm going to close that, and then you can go back to your website. Okay, so if you actually get a PHP version is not suitable, for example, as you can see here, what you'll need to do is click on learn more, and if you're not with HostGator, then you'll need to follow the instructions here. But if you're with HostGator, then I'll show you how to fix it. So you can go back to your email, and basically you'll need to log back into that cPanel. So go back here and then go back into your cPanel and put in your username and also password. And then what you will need to do is scroll down to the software section, and then click on PHP selector. And then we need to change the PHP. So you'll need to click on public HTML if you've got just one site. Okay, click into that, and it should say maybe 5.5 like it says here. And what we need to do is change it to 5.6. And then click on update, and then it says it's updated. Okay, then what you need to do is go back to your website and hopefully refresh it and see what it says. If not, you might need to re-log in again. Okay, so as you can see, it's disappeared, and if you scroll down, the AliDropship Woo will appear here. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is actually creating the pages, adding in your social media, and creating your homepage. So to create the pages, we'll need to click on pages here, and then these are the pages which have been added in already. So what we need to do is click on add new, and then the first page we want to create is home. So type that in, and then click on publish. So make sure it actually says that it's been published here before you click on adding new another one. So click on add new, and then the next page we're going to add in about. Oops, let's delete that and click on publish, and then add new again. So you can add as many pages as you need. So I'm just going to be adding in all the pages that I'll be showing you how to create. So contact, add new, shipping, add new, returns, paste that into there, delete that, click on publish. Then we're going to add in the privacy page as well as the terms of service. Add new. Okay, not sure why that keeps loading on the bottom. Paste that back up and delete it, and then click on publish. And then click on add new again. So we're going to name this one terms of service, publish. So I'm also going to close that one up here. Okay, so to check the pages, click on all pages. Make sure you've got all the pages that you want. Okay, I think that looks pretty much about right. Now what we're going to be doing is configuring the menu. So if you actually go and right click and open link in a new tab, you'll see your home page. Okay, so this is the menu up here, and as you can see, you can't really see your pages, so we need to actually set that in. So we need to hover over appearance, click on menus, and we want to create a new top navigation menu. To do that, we need to set in a menu name. We're going to name it top nav, and then create menu. Okay, select the pages that you want to appear on the top navigation up here. So I'm going to select, let's say, about, contact, and also shop. Click on add to menu. So I'm not going to add the home page because people know that when you click the logo, it'll take them to the home page. So we want to rearrange it just by dragging and dropping, just like that. And then you can click save menu. And we also actually need to click on main navigation so it actually displays there, right? And you can also set it up so whenever you add a new page, it'll automatically add it to this menu, top navigation menu. So let's just save the menu first, and we're going to refresh our home page. Okay, so the pages are up here, and that's pretty good. So what we're going to do now is also set in a footer. So to do that, what we need to do is we need to click on create a new menu. And then we want to set in, let's say, footer, nav, and then create menu. And then we want to display terms of service, privacy, returns, shipping, and I think that's pretty much it. So let's click on add to menu, and then you can rearrange it if you need to. So I might put shipping and returns there, and then select the footer navigation, save to menu. Okay, so before we go anywhere, I do want to show you how to create a drop down. So sometimes you might want to have a drop down because you might have several categories. To do that, let's say you go back to the top nav and select that. And what you need to do is click it and select it and basically drag it inside. So it's called something called indenting. So what happens is when you hover over about, shop will pop out. Click on save menu, and then give this page a refresh. Hover over about, shop comes out. Okay, and also your footer menu is displaying right there. So let's go back here. What we want to do is add in the social media links. So you can click on Themify Shop here and click on Themify Settings. What I'm going to do is click on the social links tab here. And then basically all you need to do is copy in your profile URL and paste it into here. So for example, I don't have Twitter, so we're going to paste in my Facebook page. So this is my Facebook page. You can come here and give it a like. This is where I update everything. And let's go back up here and paste in that URL. So all you need to do is paste it in for all your different social networks. So for example, if there is no Instagram, you can click on add link and then just set in a title, Instagram, and let's copy my Instagram page URL, copy that and paste that into here. And then what you need to do is select an icon. So click on insert icon, and then there are a bunch of different icons here. You can click on brand. So they got a icon for all the different brands here which you can select. So let's look for Instagram. Where is I? Okay, you can just type it in here, Insta, click on that and make sure that's selected. So once that is done, click on save. And what you'll need to do is actually set it into a widget position. So let's hover over appearance, and then you need to click on widgets. Once you've done that, then we're going to look for the Themify social widget. So scroll down, let's look for Themify social links and click on it and sort of drag it up, okay, or scroll up. And what you need to do is drop it below footer logo widget. And then open link in a new window, because when people click on that social link, then it should open up in a new tab. All right, so we're going to click on save. And then what you can do is visit your website in a new tab. So it should show up there. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. What we're going to do is delete this logo here and also delete this section here. So let's go back here to our Themify shop, Themify settings. And what you can actually do is click on theme settings. So if you scroll down here to theme appearance, you can change the header design to any one that you want. But I like this one, so I'm just going to keep it as this. And you can configure basically the display settings as well. So for example, you don't want that tagline to appear, then you can exclude that. Okay, so if you don't want the search icon thing to appear, then you can exclude it and then basically save it. So for the footer design, I'm going to keep it as defaults. I want to exclude the site logo, and I also want to scroll down to footer text section. Okay, so basically if you actually look here, I want to remove this. This is actually footer text 1, and to remove that, just click on hide. Okay, so if you want to add your own, so your store 2008 copyright or something like that, then you can click on save. Okay, and then click on refresh, and then basically you have your own thing down there. So what we're going to do now is configure the homepage. So what we need to do is click on customize. I'm just going to close that and my social links. So it's automatically going to take you to Themify options. This is basically where you can actually configure each and every different section on your website and all the colors of all the links and all the fonts and everything like that. So I will be going through this in another video and I will link it down in the description. Okay, so make sure to check that out. So what we're going to do now is click on back. And then what we're going to do is click on homepage settings. We're going to set a static page and we're going to set it to our homepage and then click on publish. Close that. And basically what's that going to do is for our homepage, it's going to take us to our just main URL. Okay. And what we're going to do now is set in the default layout for our pages. And before we do that, actually, I need to put back my shop, all right, in the header navigation. So you can actually go to menus here just by hovering over here. And let's drag that back up. So top nav, select, and then put that back. Okay, save to menu. Now we want to go to Themify shop, Themify settings. And then what we can do is go to default layouts. For this, you want to scroll right down to the bottom to default page layout. And I'm going to open the website again. So I'm going to explain what I'm doing. So for the page sidebar option, we want to select none. And we want to hide the title on all pages. So for example here, this is the title, this is the sidebar. I want to hide it and hide this as well. And I also want to disable page comments. Click on save. And then you can actually refresh that page. So right now we've got a blank canvas to work on, and I'm going to show you how to add in a hero image and show you the basic features of the builder. Let's open up a new tab and we're going to go to unsplash.com. So this is where we're going to get our images. You can basically use all the images here for free, whether it's for commercial or personal without any crediting. Okay, so let's say for example we're creating a bag dropshipping store. We're going to search up men's fashion and click on search. So when you're looking for an image, look for an image where you can actually add text. So for example, this image here, you can add text here. This image here is not very good because if you add text, it covers his face, right? So this image here is not too bad. We can put the text there and we can put a button there. So if you actually choose a sort of portrait style image, it's not really good because our website is in landscape mode. So let's take this one for example, because he's got the bag there and it looks pretty good. So we're going to click on download and basically download that onto your computer. I already saved that file. So save it in there. And what we need to do is edit the picture before we actually upload it. So we're going to go to photo. So fotor.com. And then what we're going to do is click on edit. So you want to edit your images before you upload it because the file size will be too big. So we're going to click on open and click on computer, and we're going to find the file. So this is the original. Click on open, and we're going to skip all tutorials. What we're going to do first is resize the image. So click on resize. As you can see, it's quite large. We're going to set it to 1800, and then we're going to click on apply. So what we're going to do now is scroll up and then click on crop. Okay, set this one to 1800 again, and then for the height, set it to 1000. Okay, sort of rearrange it to where you want it to be. So for example, I want that bag to show up and I don't really want to crop out his head, so I want to leave it about there. Click on apply, and once you've done that, click on save, and you can save it as normal. If you want to save it as high, you need to log into your Facebook. So let's click on download and download that onto your computer. Name it hero image. I've already done that here. Click on save. So once you've done that, then you can pretty much just cancel that and close that and come back to our website here. So what I like to do is refresh the page before I begin, so the builder works properly and it refreshes every time you sort of update it. So we're going to turn on the builder and we're going to add the hero image in. So you want to click on that little pencil icon there, which is the options. And for the row width, you want it to be full width content. Okay, so it goes all the way across, as you can see. For the row height, if you select that, then basically the image will stretch the entire window size. Okay, we're going to leave that as default. Click on styling, and for the background image, click on that. So you can set in a gradient or a video. For a video, I recommend a YouTube video because then the video will load on YouTube servers. So what we're going to do for the background image, we're going to click on browse library instead of upload. Otherwise, it's going to upload and also crop that image, so it will be really blurry. So click on browse library, click on select files, and upload the hero image that you have downloaded from photo. Open. Once that is done, insert file URL, and for the background mode, I like to set it as full cover. So just keep everything as is, and what we're going to do is click on padding. So what we're going to do is stretch that image out a little bit so we can actually see that image. So you want to deselect apply to all padding, and then what you want to do is type in 17.5% to the top, 17.5% to the bottom as well. So once we add the text and the button there, it will stretch out the image further and you'll be able to see the whole image. So we're going to leave that as is, and then we're going to click on done. Alright, so once you've actually done that, you can see this little spacing up here. We want to remove that. So to do that, you can click on back end. And that will take you to the back end of the website. And what you want to do is scroll down to the Themify custom panel section and click on page options. And for the content width, you want to set it as full width. Alright, and then click on update. Once that is done, then it'll say it's been updated, and then you can click on view page. So as you can see, it's removed the spacing. What we need to do is turn on the builder again, and I'll show you how to add in text. So the green icon here, you can hover over it and it'll pop out all the different modules. So what you can do is actually click on the lock icon and it'll basically lock this section in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop in a text module. So this is the text module. So click it and drag it and drop it in. So for the content here, I've actually typed it up already. So what I'm going to do is just copy that and then paste that in. So quality bags for traveling, and what I'm going to do is set it to heading 1. So as you can see, it's changed the font for heading 1. I'll show you where you can actually edit the heading 1 in a few seconds. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on styling, and as you can see, it's black. I sort of want to change the text to white. So I clicked on styling tab and we're going to click on font. So for the font color, I'm going to change it to white. Alright, so it's not very visible at the moment, but I'm also going to add a sort of a gradient overlay color on top of that image, so that white text will pop out a little bit more. Sometimes you might have an image, for example, a darker sort of background image, and that white might pop already, so you don't really need to. but I'll show you how to do it anyway. So if you actually want to change the H1 text, you can actually go to click on heading here, heading 1 fonts. For the font family, you can change it. So Open Sans, which is a very popular and very modern type of font, which a lot of people use and I highly recommend. So what you can actually do is go to hoganchua.com, and I've actually got some resources for design. So you can look through the web design guide, and I've also got basically the recommended Google fonts and things like that here as well. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to just leave it as that font there, and then click on done. So let's say you want to add a subheadline. So what you can do is just drop in another text module, and then for the subheadline I'm going to put in this. So I'm just going to copy that and paste that into there. So it works very similar to any word editor. You can just select that and click on styling, and for the font you can just change it to white again. Click on done. And what we're going to do is add a button. So when people click on that button, it will direct them to our shop page. So let's look for a button and just drop that below the text there. Okay, so you can change the size of the button. I'm just going to leave it as normal. For the background style, I'm going to select square. Okay, so it gives a sort of a modern look. And for the button text, I'm going to type in shop now. And for the color, I'm just going to select black. Alright, so you can also edit the styling and click on button link to sort of have some more advanced options. If you're sort of like a designer or something like that, you can change the color and everything like that. What we're going to do is set in the link. So what we want to do is link it to our shop page. So to do that, I just copy in my URL up here and paste it into here and type in shop. Okay, so when people click on that button, it will take them to your shop page. You can also set in an icon, and you can also set it to open a new tab as well. So we just click on done. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to close that there, and I'm going to set in a overlay color. So click on the row options again, which is the pencil icon. Click on styling and click on the overlay color. So we're going to set in an overlay color, which is maybe a black, and you want to change the opacity down to, let's say, 0.2, which is about 20%. And then for the overlay hover, when people actually hover over that section, then it will change the specific color. I'm going to change it to black again, and I'm going to change it to 0.25. So it's a little bit darker. Click on done, save it, and close it. So you can see that text pops out a little bit more, and when people hover over it, it becomes a little bit darker, creates a really nice and professional subtle effect. So as you can see, the text is too close to the edges. I'm going to show you how to move the text. So you can turn on the builder, and what we're going to do is add some spacing on the left hand side. So to do that, you can do that in two ways. You can actually click on the text, styling, and click on padding, deselect that, and let's say you want to add some space on the left of that text. So let's say you want to add 5% and it moves that in. Okay, so if that's for the individual sort of module, you can edit that for the individual, but what we actually want to do is edit it for all these three modules. So we can go to the pencil icon, which is the row options, click on styling, and then click on padding. And let's say we want to add some space to the left. So we're going to add 5% to the left, and that will move everything inside. So that looks pretty good. And click on save. And what I might want to do is maybe change that text here. Maybe I might make it a little bit bigger. So you can go to styling, font, and let's change it to about maybe 18 or 20. I think 20 is not too bad. 20 pixels, and then click on save. And then close that. And then you're pretty much good to go. So before showing you how to import the AliExpress products, I want to show you a little bit more about the builder because it's really cool. So what I like to do is generally set it to 50% if I have a lot of things to rearrange, so it's easier to rearrange. And you can also use the undo function, and this is the mobile responsive styling options here. So for example, if you click on mobile, you can set in the specific font or the style of the font and the colors specific for each device, which is really cool. And you can also export and import layout. So for example, if you create another website, then you can import from file, so you don't have to recreate this layout again. And if it's on the same website, then you can also save as layout. And there are also lots of pre-created layouts which you can use. So click on that, and these are all pre-designed layouts which you can basically click and then import onto your page, and it saves a lot of time. But it's important that I show you some of the features and how to actually use it though. So what you can actually do is you can also click on the down arrow here, save as revision. So let's say you want to save that section because you've finished the hero section, click on OK. And if you make a mistake, then you can click down and load revision again. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to AliExpress. So let's head back to our dashboard, and we need to activate our AliDropship plugin first. So scroll down to the bottom, AliDropship Woo. And what you need to do is go back to your email and copy the license key to your clipboard, and then come to your license key here, okay, paste it into here, and then click on activate. So it should say it's valid, and once you've done that, you can click on refresh. And then what you want to do is click on import products. Okay, so to import products, we can go to use direct import. So click on the red button, and by clicking on that, then you should get this red sort of toolbar thing pop out in a few seconds. Okay, and if you don't, then you can actually go to here, click on the flag icon, which is the AliDropship plugin, click on login, and hopefully it will actually connect that to the extension. Okay, authorize that, and let's go back here and try again. So go to AliDropship Woo, and let's go find a bag. So we're gonna search for bags here, women's luggage bags, men's backpacks. So when you're looking for products, so make sure you actually have the AliDropship Woo plugin for the Chrome installed, and you can see that it has ePacket. So when you're looking for products, make sure it has ePacket, otherwise shipping times are really slow. And when actually looking for products, I click into the product and look at all the reviews. So you want to make sure and check the reviews, and also see if the product has some really good images, because these images can be repurposed for social media content and whatnot. So if you scroll down here, you can click on feedback, and you can check out all the reviews. So 90%, that's really, really good, right? And what we're actually going to do later is actually import the reviews with the pictures. So have a look at the product and click on product details. Sometimes they have a video which you can download, and then you can add to your store as well. So this is all that information here. So there are a lot of product research videos on YouTube, so you can watch those ones as well. But generally, I like to pick products which I personally like to use, and then that way I know how to sort of target them, right? So I know where they are, you know, what pages they follow on Instagram, and I know what interest they're in for Facebook targeting. So if you actually scroll back up here, and if you actually go back here, then you can actually sort by orders as well. So you can see which are the top selling products, okay, orders there. And for example, if you're in the United States and you only want to ship to the United States, you can actually select United States here. So it ships from United States, and that way it's going to ship a lot quicker. If you actually, let's say we click on, let's say this backpack here, and you select ships from China, you want to make sure that you have the ePacket. So normally for beginners, I recommend just selling to United States only, because sometimes if you sell to like say United Kingdom, it's like 20 to 40 days plus the processing, which is like 3 to 5 days, and that's over a month. So sometimes the customers might not be happy. So I highly recommend just starting off with the United States first. So once you've actually picked the product that you want to select, then we can go back here and let's go find that backpack I want to get. So click on men's bag, click on backpacks here, and I want to select the best match. Okay, so let's say I want to import this product. So let's click into this product here. You can also click here to check if it's cheaper on other sellers. So to import that product, you want to click on edit. So the plugin actually just downloads all that images and all the information automatically. Okay, in about a second, this thing pops up here, and what we want to do is change the title first. So obviously that is quite long. I'm just going to name it, let's just say multifunction travel backpack, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to copy the title, and I'm going to click on this icon here, and I want to make sure to just have a short permalink as well. Click on tick. So we're going to add a new category. Click on that, and we're going to type in bag, and then click on add category. Make sure that's selected. So you can look through the images that you want to include. So for example, this is not really related to the products we're selling. We're going to delete some of the images. I might delete that one as well. That one is really good, really good. I might delete, let's see. Might keep that one. Okay, so they have a lot of really high quality images, right? So some of these maybe I might delete because I don't want people to scroll down so much on that page. I might delete that one. Okay, so this is the cool part. Let's say they have a logo here. So you can easily remove the logo really easily. You can click on the pencil icon, and you can click on brush. And what you need to do is you need to just click here, and it will basically select the color. Okay, I forgot to press the eyedropper tool. So click that and select here. This will give you the color code of this gray area. And what you want to do is you want to select the size and make it sort of thicker, and just rub it and like that. Okay, so it just takes off the logo, and then you can click on save. Okay, so as you can see, that's removed, and you can do that for each of these images. So let's just do this one really quickly. Eyedropper tool, select the color, change the size, and color that in. Click on save, and then we're pretty much ready to go. So we're gonna also scroll down, and here it applies the pricing formula. I'm going to show you how to set the pricing formula in the actual plugin here later. So let's go back to the tab. Okay, so you can also click on apply to all variations, and you can set in the price manually. So the current price is 40 bucks. I'm going to set it as maybe $69. Okay, the product price, let's set it as 89. Also delete the variations which you don't want to sell. I'm going to leave that as is. So for ships from, I'm actually going to delete that because the customers don't need to know that. So I'm going to select the cross, and for the size, there's only one size, so I might delete that one as well. So what we're going to do now is we're also going to delete the brand name, and you can go through this and see what is relevant and what is not, and then you can delete it, or you can add an item, right? So once you've looked through everything here, everything is good to go. Then what you want to do is click to add to import list. All right, so you're going to add that to the list rather than publishing it straight away, because we still want to edit it a little bit. So that's going to take maybe a minute or so. So once that is done, you can go back to your website, and then you can click on main, and then you can scroll to the products. Okay, so click on products here, and then it should be a import list thing here, and then you can click on that, and basically this is the list of product which is yet to be published. So you can actually click on edit, and you want to scroll down, look at all the information. Everything looks pretty good, and then we're going to go to the settings here. So for the product data, it is a simple product because there is no different sort of variation for the product. You can also click on the inventory, and you can also change the stock quantity. So for example, 2000 might be a little bit too much, so you might change it to like 29 left. All right, and then you can click on shipping. It includes the dimensions and everything that you need. For the linked products, basically, if you have more products, then when you actually search for a product here as an upsell, on this product page, the product that you select here will appear on the bottom of this product. Okay, so for cross sells is if you have maybe like an accessory that goes with this bag, for example, a laptop bag that you actually want to offer in the cart, then you would search for the product and apply it here. So if this product is in the cart, then the laptop bag will also be suggested as a recommended item to buy. Okay, so click on attributes. So all these informations have been downloaded by the plugin, which is really cool. Advanced, you can enable reviews. Supplier information is pretty much just for your reference, and also it helps in fulfilling the order. So you can click on reviews and we can actually upload the reviews from the website here. So what we're going to do is maybe we're going to select maybe 4 stars or higher, and we might select up to 20, and then we might click on this one so it will be sent to draft rather than publishing it straight away, because you sort of want to edit it sometimes. And also I want to translate reviews into my language, and we also want to import reviews with images only. What we're going to do is import now. So as you can see, it's done now. Before we go there and fix the reviews, what we're going to do is we're going to go to here, and I'm actually going to copy some short description. So make sure to write a good short description and put it into here. Alright, so once you've done that, then you can also add some product tags, and then you can click on publish. So let's take a quick look at that product. So you can click on view product, and there you can see the product and it looks amazing. So the quality of the images is really good. People can, browse the images like that. You've got the long description here, and then you've also got the additional information which has all been uploaded. The reviews have been yet to be published. So let's go and publish those reviews. Click on the dashboard section, and what you want to do is you want to go to comments. Okay, so some of the reviews are actually in different languages. So if you actually go to the website here and you click on feedback, a lot of the reviews might be people from Russia or different countries, as you can see. Then it tries to translate it into English. Sometimes it's not very good quality, so you want to edit it and delete it as you see fit. So for example, I'm going to delete these ones, delete this one. This one is okay, so you can actually click on edit, and here you can see the images that have been uploaded as well. So this image is not too bad, so I'm going to leave that in there, and I'm going to click on update. Okay, so what we're going to do is quickly sort of clean it up. This one is not too bad. I might delete that text there, so click on edit, high quality, something like that. And you've also got the image there. I might delete that one. Okay, and then you can click on update, or you can approve it directly here. So once you've cleaned up all the reviews, so for example, if you want to approve it, you can select it just like that, here and here. Okay, perfect. And then what we're going to do is click on the bulk actions, click on approve and apply. And then what you can do is go to your store, visit store, and then you can check your product. So click that product. And as you can see, you got the 8 customer reviews, 5 stars. And if you scroll down, you've got the reviews and also the images there, which is really good for social proof. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to quickly add in 3 more products. If you do want to rewind the video and watch that part again, then please do so. So I'm going to quickly add them in. Okay, so I've basically added in 3 products now. I'm going to show you how to set in the pricing formula. So let's go back to our dashboard section and scroll down to AliDropship Woo and click on that. Then you can click on the settings, the pricing section. And then what I generally recommend you guys do is just click on add recommended. So that's going to give you all the recommended pricing markup formulas for, specific costs, right? So for example, let's say the product costs $5. So that would be between here, okay? So 5 times 2, the price on your website will be $10, okay? You can also add in a new formula. So click on add new formula, and then you can set in specific prices, for example, between the range of, let's say, $50 to $75, you can multiply it by 2. So for example, it's $50, you multiply by 2, that means on your website, it'll be $100. So we're gonna cancel that. And basically the price rounding is you can actually set it in to be like, $69.99. So you can click on rounding, and let's say you want it to be 99 cents. And then what you can do is click on update. And then what you need to do is click on start. So sometimes you might need to click it once or twice, and it might take a little while if you have quite a lot of products. Okay, so that should be done. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and close and check our products. So we're gonna go to our store and check our products. Sometimes it hasn't been updated, but this time here, it's all been updated and it's all working well. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to add the products to our homepage. So we're gonna click on the homepage logo thing there. So what we're gonna do is turn on the builder, and then hover over the green icon, scroll down, and we're gonna drag this WooCommerce module down here. So you can drag that in, put that there, and basically you can select by categories. You can also filter by on sale, top rated, and featured products. So I'll show you how to set in the featured products in a second. You can select specific categories. You can scroll down and basically edit the display settings. So I want to limit it to maybe only 3. And you can also change the layouts here and all the little details. You can play around with that, and then you can click on done. Alright, so what we're going to do is also add a little bit of text on top. So we're going to drag in maybe, let's say, a fancy heading. And then we're going to type in maybe featured products. And then the heading on top, maybe our favorites or something like that. Okay, and then click on done. And what we also need to do is to add some spacing on the top and add some spacing on the bottom. So if we actually don't do that, then it's going to be too close to the hero image. So we're going to click on the row options for this row, click on styling, padding, deselect apply to all. I want to set about a 5% to the top, and maybe I'm going to set a 5% to the bottom. Okay, click on done and save, and then you can close it and you can view how your website looks. Alright, so everything looks pretty good at the moment. What I'm going to show you how to do now is to configure your shop page and basically add in a product filter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the dashboard section, and you want to make sure you have the product filter plugin activated as well. So click in the product filters and click on add new. And then what you want to do is maybe just type in the shop page. You can leave all these as defaults. So these are all the widget things that you can drop in. So let's drag the product title there. For the field title, we want to type in search. The next one, we might put maybe a price filter. So you can select a slider or a range. And then we're going to select a category and drop it down there. I'm just going to leave it maybe as defaults, except for, let's say, the radio. Okay, so click on the radio, and then you can also add in maybe on sale. So drag it down to the bottom. And I think that's pretty much all I want to add. So we're going to click on save. So that's been updated. Then you can actually close that, and that will generate a shortcode. So you can paste this shortcode into a sidebar. So copy that shortcode onto your clipboard. Then what you want to do is hover over appearance, click on widgets, and then you want to see the shop sidebar section there. So what we're going to do is look for a text widget. So T, click on it, and let's drag it into the shop sidebar. Okay, paste in that shortcode there, and then click on save. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up the store page now on another page. And then what we also need to do is go to Themify Shop, Themify Settings. We want to go to Shop Settings. So the shop settings will basically configure everything on your shop page and also in the product page as well. So for example, we want to add a product filter here. So we need to add a sidebar. So go back to your settings. And what we need to look for is at the product archive, we want to set a shop page sidebar on the left hand side. So right now it was no sidebar. We want to select it on the left. And also for the product layouts, I only want to select 3 products in one sort of row. And then I also want to disable masonry layout. And you can play around with all the display settings here. So what we're going to do now is just click on save, and I'll give you that a little preview. Okay, so that's really awesome. And let's say, for example, you want to try the filter. What you can do is, let's say, click on leather bags. Then only the leather bags will show up. Or you can click on all. And then you can also use the pricing filter as well. So you can try that. So it works really well. And let's say we click into the product page. So you can also edit display things here as well. So for example, you might not want the SKU showing up. Then you can go back here, scroll down to the single product page. You can also change the product page layouts. So I want to hide the product SKU. So what I recommend you do is to open up a window and basically just play around with the settings. And let's click on save. Refresh that, and then that should be disappeared. Okay. What I want to do is go back here, scroll down. I am going to change the wishlist settings. What you do need to do for the wish list, which is basically like a favorite thing, is create a wish list page and set that in. So right now I'm just going to delete, disable it. And this spark animation thing is basically, let's say when you click, add to cart, that's the spark, and you can disable it or change the color as well. So let's click on save. So let's go to pages. And what we're going to do is we're going to edit our about page first. So click on edit. Now, when you actually put in text here, you won't be able to use the front end builder. So we want to click onto the page and go to the front end and then turn on the builder. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate the columns into 2. So one side we're going to put an image. So we're going to hover over here. We're going to grab an image module, drop that in, and we're going to close that, and we're going to browse library, upload files, select files, and I've already cropped an image on photo already, this about us image. Click on open. So the image size that I've cropped it as is about 800 times 553. So anywhere around that size is sufficient. You don't want it to be that big, otherwise it's going to take too long. So insert file URL, and that is pretty much all you need to do. So you can click on done. Right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop in a fancy heading. So we're going to do maybe about us, as you can see, and then we say maybe our story. Click on done. Now the next thing we're going to add in is a text module. So let's drop in a text module there. And I've already written some text, so I'm going to copy that straight from my Word document and then just paste that in. Okay, so that's really, really simple to do. Click on done. And let's say you want to link your text to another page. So you can double click on the text module, and let's say, for example, you want to say contact us or something like that, right? Contact us if you have any questions. And you want to link the contact us to another page. You can select that text, click on insert link, and then you can click on link options. And what you can do is search for your contact page here, or you can paste an external URL. Click on add link, and that's how you hyperlink things, and then click on done. Right, so it's really simple. What I also like to do is hover over the top left here, this icon here, and do a column alignment to the middle, so that image aligns up with the other side here, right? And then click on save. So another really cool thing is if you click on the plus icon here, you can click on the rows, and if you ever want to, speed up the process, you can actually use all these pre-created rows. So let's say, for example, this call to action thing here, you can drag it, and then you can basically just drop it under there, and that will add a call to action section like that onto your website in seconds. And basically double click it, and then you can add some text like that, and then you can click on the button and you can link it to whatever page that you want. Okay, so it's really simple. What we're going to do is we're going to click on delete for this one and click on save. So the next page that we want to work on is we want to work on our contact page. So let's click on contact, and I'll show you how to add a really simple contact form to your website. Click on turn on builder, and what we're going to do is we're going to separate it to this column thing here. Okay, so this middle section there, and I want to sort of expand it a little bit to maybe, let's say 15% on one side, and maybe let's say 15% on the other side. I think that's pretty decent. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to drop in another fancy heading. So contact us, and maybe on the top, we'd love to hear from you. Click on done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drop in a contact form module. So drop that in there. So you should have installed the plugin earlier, and if you have, then you'll be able to easily do it. So all you really need to do is for the send to, you need to put in the email that you want the message sent to. So for example, I want to send it to 91tutorials@gmail.com. That's what I would do. And you can also change the layout here. You can play around with the display settings as well. For example, let's align that button into the middle, into the center. You can click on styling, and you can edit each of the different sections there. But that looks pretty nice, and I'm just going to leave it as is, right? So click on save and close. Now the next page we're going to be working on is the shipping page. So click on shipping down here. Now I want to show you something really cool as well, which is the accordion module. So turn on the builder, and let's separate the columns into that again, and let's move it to maybe, let's say 16% over there. So basically why I do that is because I don't want the text going from one side to the other. So it's kind of hard to read if the eye has to move from here to here. That is why most blog posts, their sort of width is about this size or less. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop in another fancy heading. So let's drop in shipping, and then for the heading, maybe our shipping, and then click on done. So click over here again, and you can drop a accordion module. So what this basically is when people click on it, it'll expand. So we're going to go back to my Word document here, and then let's copy over this text and put that in as a title, so you can see that there. And then for the content, I've got the content here. So what you can do is you can come to my website, your store 23, and copy in the content, right? So click on add new row. Next one will be when will I receive my order? Paste it in. Let's grab the text here, paste that in. We're going to add two more really quickly. Okay, so that is done. Now what you can do is for the accordion color, you can set it to transparent, which I like. You can also play around with the appearance here and also go to styling as well. So let's click on done, and let's click on save, and let's close it. So when people click on it, then it's going to expand. So basically, if you have, let's say, 10 different questions and answers, it's going to take up the whole page and it's just not going to be very user friendly. So when you do this, people can click on what they want to see and then close it up like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go to returns, and we've got the returns policy written out here. Basically, all you need to do is you can copy it and then you can change your email address. So what we're going to do is change that to this one again, change it to about 16%. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drop in, maybe this time, just a plain text module, and then we're going to do just paste in the text and match style, just something like that, and then returns policy. Okay, and then I'm going to change it to heading 1, something like that. Looks okay. So for example, I've actually included email address where you actually should put your email address. Okay, so you can change it to your email address and pretty much you'll be good to go, and you can edit it to what you need. Right, so I think that is pretty much it for the email address. You may want to check it. I'm going to try and format it properly quickly. Okay, then I can click on done, right? Click on save. Now the next part I'm going to show you is the privacy policy. So for the privacy policy, you can click on the privacy page, and what you can actually do for the privacy policy is you can go to a website which is called freeprivacypolicy.com. So open a new tab and type in freeprivacypolicy.com, and you can actually generate a privacy policy specific for your e-commerce store within 5 minutes. And then what you can do is basically copy that and paste it into here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just paste in the URL that you can actually go to. Okay, so you can go to this website here. Done. To generate your privacy policy for your privacy page. Now for the terms of service, we're going to go and copy that as well. So go to there, and basically I have the terms of service here ready, and I'm just going to paste it in. So this is the Shopify one, and basically I have just taken their one for demo purposes. So let's click on this one here. Let's expand this area again. Okay, and let's drop in a text module. Let's set in a title, terms of service, change it to heading 1, click on done, save, and pretty much we are ready to go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and set in the WooCommerce settings. So let's go to our dashboard section, and what we want to do is go to WooCommerce here and click on that. So basically this is where you manage orders. We're going to be clicking on settings. So make sure your address is correct, and generally I leave everything as default. So what we're going to do is you can actually click on products and all these different tabs here to manage the WooCommerce settings. So basically I normally just keep it as default as well. For taxes, here I've actually enabled the automated taxes, so you'll need to basically log in and connect it to Jetpack for that to happen. So that's going to save you a lot of time. For shipping, I generally set it as free shipping. So if you go here, then you can actually select the zone. So if you want to just send to the United States, then basically you can manage the shipping options for locations not covered, and you can just turn that off and then save changes. Okay, so basically you'll only ship to the United States because e-packet shipping will be really quick for United States. So the next thing that you want to make sure to do is for your payments, you want to make sure to put in your PayPal email. So here is your PayPal. You want to tick that to enable it, and you also want to click on setup to make sure you put in your PayPal email. So my PayPal email is this one here. So you want to make sure to put that in, and you can also scroll down here. If you want to be able to process refunds via PayPal, then you need to connect the PayPal API credentials and put it here, and then save changes. So I'm going to click on save changes because I've changed the email. And you also want to click back to the payments and make sure that the PayPal Express checkout is set up properly. Okay, so everything looks good to go. And then you can click on accounts and privacy. So what you want to do is for your privacy page here, you want to select your actual privacy page, and then we're going to click on save changes. The next thing that you want to do is if you click on the emails tab, then you can actually edit the sort of color and also add in a header image, as well as change your footer text and things like that to suit your brand. Okay, so I'm not going to walk you through that. For advanced, this is where you select the terms and conditions page. Okay, so here you want to select the terms of service and make sure these ones are correct. And then pretty much you can just click on save changes. So if you want to create coupons for maybe your influencers, then you can select coupons here. So click on coupons and click on create your first coupon. So for example, if the influencer's name is, let's say, Jake, and you're giving his audience maybe 20% off, so Jake 20, and then what you'll do is set in a discount type, for example, maybe a percentage discount for 20%, I think. And you can also allow free shipping. So for example, sometimes you might have a threshold for free shipping, and if people use it, then it doesn't matter if they reach that threshold or not, it will give them free shipping. Okay, so I'm going to select that, and you might want to select a coupon expiry. And you can also set the usage restrictions here, as well as the limits. Okay, so you can click on publish, and that is pretty much just how you set up the coupons. So what I'm going to show you next is adding in your Facebook pixel. So adding in the Facebook pixel is important because you're able to retarget the people who actually go to your website, and also create lookalike audiences so you can target similar audiences which have bought from your website, and that is really where the money is. And then I'm also going to be showing you how to add in Google Analytics so you can actually track what your visitors are doing on your website, so you can figure out how to actually improve it. Okay, so to install your Facebook pixel, what I recommend is going to business.facebook.com and signing up and creating a business account. Okay, so once you have a business account, then you want to log in and click on login. So that will take you to your business manager, and what you want to do is create a new ad account. So for example, what you can do is you can click on the three things here, and then you can click on business settings. And then for example, what I'd do is go to add accounts, and then click on add, and then you can create a new ad account here. And let's say this one is called your store 23. I would set in my payment method and then create a ad account. Okay, so we're going to select me as the person who runs it, and then save changes, and then click on close. So now what you want to do is you want to click on here again, click on all tools, and click on pixels here, events, under events manager. Okay, so what you can do is you can select your ad account. So the new one is your store. I'm going to click on that one. And then what you want to do is create pixel. Okay, I'm just going to leave it as is and then click on create. So automatically creates a pixel for you, and what we need to do is basically get the code and paste it into our website. So what we're going to do is click on manually install the code yourself, and it tells you to locate the header code for your website, which I'll show you in a second. So you can copy this, just click it and it'll copy your pixel code, and then you can go back to your website here, go to Themify Shop, Themify Settings, and then what you can do is scroll to header code. So this is under General tab, and you can just paste that in there. Okay, so that is your Facebook pixel code, and then click on save. So once that is saved, you probably want to check it out and see if it's actually sort of on your website. So go back to your homepage, and what you can do is try to right click, and then you can do maybe a page source, and then what you can do is do Control or Command F, and then just do a pixel search, and then as you can see, here it is. Okay, so that's installed onto our website. So the next thing that you probably want to do is install the Google Analytics. So what I recommend you do is just go to type in Google Analytics, and then click on the first result here, and you'll need to create a new account. So I'm going to create a new account. Hopefully that works. Okay, sign up for analytics, add the code. So we're going to click on sign up. Alright, so your new account. So for the website name, I'm just going to call it Your Store 23, and I'm going to keep the website name the same here, and your URL. So you can just grab your URL directly from here, come back, paste it in here. You do need to delete the front part because it's included there already. Delete that and change it to HTTPS. Industry, we're going to select maybe, let's say fashion maybe, or something like that. Shopping. Reporting time zone, Australia. We're going to select Melbourne. Okay, and then click on get tracking ID. We're going to look for Australia here. Accept that. Okay, not sure why it's so hard to scroll down, so I'm just going to try and zoom out of the browser, just like that. And then we're going to click on accept, and then it should load up. We're going to zoom back in to my browser. Okay, so that is all connected. What I want to do for this tracking ID is also enable the e-commerce sort of tracking as well. So what we're going to do is look for that. I think that is in property settings. Scroll down. Okay, it's not in here. Let's click on user management. Okay, so once that is popped up, then you can click on your all website data here, scroll down to e-commerce settings, and then you can enable e-commerce, and I'm just going to click on save here. Alright, so what we're going to do is go back to our website, go back to dashboard, and we're going to install a plugin. So click on plugins, add new, and we're going to search for, let's say, Google Analytics dashboard. Hopefully it pops up. So this is the one we want to install by Exact Metrics. Install now. Activate. We want to scroll down and click on Google Analytics, and we want to connect it. So make sure you're logged into your Google Analytics account, and then authorize plugin, and click on get access code. Choose your account, allow, copy that to your clipboard, come back here and paste it in, save it. So as you can see, it should be selected. If you have multiple accounts, then select the website that you want to track, and then lock selection. Click on save changes, and what I want to do as well is I want to go to the tracking code here, and then I want to click on, you can click on each tab, and you can see what you want to track and stuff like that. But what I want to do is exclude tracking for admin. So basically, if you're viewing the website or whatever, then it's not going to actually count as a view or something like that. And you can also play around with these ones as well. Advanced settings, okay. Integration. Here, I want to enable the e-commerce plugin tracking. Save changes. And then what you can do is click on dashboard, and then you should be able to actually view the Google Analytics dashboard somewhere. Okay, so here it is, and you can see the real time and things like that as well, and you can see all the basic stats. If you want a more advanced view, then what I recommend is going to your Google Analytics account. So you can click on home, And here you've got all the different reports that you can actually have a look at. Okay, so that's pretty much it now. What I'm going to go through now is how to find the best Instagram influencers to promote your products, and also show you something in Facebook ads. So let's go through the 10 tips on Instagram promotion. The first thing that you want to do is build out your profile. So you want to add as much social proof as possible, so when people go to your page, then they see like, oh, this is actually a real product, a real brand. They've got real people behind it. So you also want to add real value to people's feeds. You don't want to just repost AliExpress images, because that just looks really scammy. You want to do some editing by yourself on photo.com, or if you have Photoshop skills, then use that to your advantage. And you can also use Unsplash for a lot of free images. And I also know that a lot of people actually buy accounts. Like for example, they buy an account for $200 to $300, which has 10 to 15k followers. That means you get the swipe up option, and also it shows that your account has been followed by a lot of people. So obviously that's probably against Instagram's terms of service, but that is what some people are actually doing. The second thing is make sure to look how big brands are actually doing it. So the best advice is to actually study and reverse engineer successful companies rather than focusing on successful dropshipping companies. So what successful companies do, they actually send the products to people who might actually like that product, and then they ask them to do a shout out or something like that. And it's really easy for people to actually trust their own friends, and then they're more likely to buy from real friends recommending them their product rather than just a random fan page, right? So the third thing is to sell something that you believe in. So not only selling a great quality product will help you decrease returns and stuff like that, it's going to be really embarrassing if you actually send an influencer a bad product. And what I recommend you do is to make sure to check out the reviews and pictures on the AliExpress website and try to buy that product for yourself. And then you can create custom videos with your own sort of problem and solution that product actually solves. It just sets you apart from all the other competition that you have. Number 4, you can reuse the content. So reuse the content from the influencers that promote your product. So you can use it in your stories, posts, and also in your highlights as testimonials. So again, that adds social proof to your Instagram feed. The 5th thing is find pages without emails in the bio. So what I noticed is a lot of pages with emails in the bio do heaps of promotions. They do like several promotions every day. So what I recommend is to actually follow them and check what they actually promote, because you don't really want pages that promote every single day. You want pages that don't promote as much, but actually provide a lot of value to that audience, right? It's going to be much more effective if you have a page which promotes less, but the audience trusts them more, right? So the 6th thing is, does the page owner engage in conversations? If they do, it means that the followers are much more likely to listen to what they have to promote, right? So there are a lot of pages which have generic comments like awesome, cool. I generally stay away from those ones. The 7th thing is you can use tags to sort of browse and find your influencers. So you can start off, for example, if you're selling bags, then, men's leather bags, then I'll look at maybe car pages, right? So I might type in hashtag Porsche, and then I'll slowly look into the categories, and then I will click on the blue down arrow to look at all the related pages, and then I normally go deep and try to find the really good ones. The 8th thing is you can put their name into the Instagram calculator. So you can go to Influencer Marketing Hub's website, which I'll put up right now, and you can check out their engagement rates, right? The 8th thing is to use Deep Social. So this is a really cool app that gives you 5 free credits. So what it actually does is you put in their Instagram handle, and then it'll show you a detailed demographic of that page. So for example, if you just want to target US people, then you don't want a page which has majority of the people from like Indonesia, Thailand, or India, or something like that. And also if you're promoting to men, then you want a page which has mostly men, right? Otherwise it's going to be less effective. The 10th thing is stacking. So not many people talk about it, but remember like the last time you bought something from Instagram, right? Normally you don't get that stuff the first time you see that brand, right? Then why would someone else buy that, right? So what I like to do is to target similar pages that the same people would follow. So what I mean by that is, so let's say someone likes Kylie Jenner, right? So it's very likely that if they like Kylie Jenner, then they're following, the whole Kardashian family, right? So if the Kardashian family sort of promotes this product over and over again, people are going to see it on, let's say, Kylie Jenner's page, and then they see it on Kim Kardashian's page. then they see it on, the other Kardashians pages. And then like the first time, then they're going to buy it when they see it. Second time, they're going to be like, oh, what's this? Third time, they might check out your page. Fourth time is maybe like they're about to buy, but they didn't buy. Then the fifth and sixth time, then they're really likely to buy from you, right? So on a smaller scale, right, if you're targeting car pages, then what I'll do is target, let's say supercars of California. Then I'll look for all the supercar pages within that same area, because it's really likely that people within the same area are following the same types of pages. And then I'll set it up to be like, day 1 to day 7. So each influencer promotes on a separate day. So let's say my brand is called Peace, right? Then they'll see, it's advertised on this page, and then next day is on this page. Then it makes the product seem sort of trendy and that it is like hot. You know what I mean? So that is pretty much it. What I'm going to do now is show you a simple trick in Facebook ads. Okay, so the first thing I highly recommend you do is check out Kevin David's Facebook video. I'll put a link down in the description. So that's like a 60-minute video on setting up Facebook ads step by step. But one thing he didn't actually cover was actually setting up a conversion ad by using a existing ad. So basically, when you actually first set up a Facebook ad, the first thing that you want to do is set up a post engagement ad. The reason for that is because you want social proof and you want it to get it really cheaply. So you target third world countries with that, right? So once you actually done that, then what you need to do is you need to grab that post ID. So I'm basically going to show you how and where to grab that post ID and basically how to set up the conversion ad for it. So basically, let's say in my campaign here, a website video engagement campaign, then I'll click on the fourth column, ads. So let's say this one got the most engagement, and basically I'm going to click on edit here, and that will take me to the ad. So you want to click on links and manage Facebook comments, and that will take you to the ad that you created, and it will basically have like 1.3k views, and it has a lot of social proof. Okay, so you want to copy the ID here, which is at the end. And then once you've done that, then you can actually go back to here and click on campaigns and then click on create a new campaign. So once you've actually set up the engagement campaign, the second step is setting up a conversion campaign. So click on continue, and you've also got some guidance here on the left hand side. So for example, right now, what I'm going to do is set everything up here, like for my audiences and stuff like that. And then I'll show you where to actually add in the existing post. And then I click on continue. Okay, then you want to click on here, use existing post. And then here, what you want to do is enter post ID. And then basically you can just paste that in, click on submit. And I'm going to turn off my ad block. And I might do a refresh. Okay, so that's going to show up with the engagement there. So when you actually run a conversion ad, then it's going to be a lot cheaper because people are going to see that it has social proof, then they're more likely to click into that. Okay, so that's basically how you do it. What I recommend again is to watch Kevin David's video. So basically right now, I'm actually going to show you how people are actually going to order from your dropshipping store and actually how to actually fulfill that order. So once a customer arrives on your website, let's say for example, they click on shop now, then that's going to direct them to the shop page and they might use the filter, for example, socks. So as you can see, I've added in socks because I actually want to buy it for myself and it's actually really, really cold right now. So that's why I'm going to just buy it for myself. I'm going to click into that. And let's say, for example, they click this one here, they add that one to cart. And as you can see, it pops up here. They can click on view cart. And if they have a coupon, they can apply a coupon. The taxes are automatically calculated and that's 0. And then they click on proceed to checkout. And then basically, I'm actually just going to fill in my actual information because it's going to actually automatically load up into the AliExpress website. So we're going to put in my address here and stuff like that. I'm also going to put in a phone number. And then we've got the email address. Scroll down, free shipping, total $4.99. They'll select this and they'll proceed to PayPal. So if they don't have a PayPal account, they can also pay with their credit card by using PayPal as well. So basically that is logging me in. Okay, and then I'm gonna click on pay now. Alright, once that is completed, I'm going to click on not now. Alright, so once that is completed, then you can return, or they can return to the seller's website. And basically you'll receive a confirmation as a customer, and also you'll also receive basically an order email if you're the seller, okay? And then basically what you do is go to the dashboard, and then you would go to WooCommerce and then click on orders, and there should be your order, right? So basically the order is here, and then you just click into it. Okay, and then what you do is place order automatically. And basically the AliDropship plugin will add that to the cart. Okay, so that took about 15-20 seconds. Now that's gonna automatically help you fill in the customer's detail right now. Okay, so you do want to check the order, make sure the address is correct. Okay, so there should be a / there, and make sure to select the city. Okay, so make sure to double check that shipping address, and also double check the phone number as well. So we're going to save and ship to this address, and then scroll down, and basically that has all been selected. Okay, so I'm actually going to change the number of pairs. So I'm going to actually order, let's say 3 pairs. Okay, because this is just for myself. And for example, you can leave a message here saying that this is a dropshipping order. Okay, we are dropshipping. Please do not include any invoices in the package, right? So then we're going to scroll down, and you'll basically pay by your Visa credit card or the other payment methods. If you actually pay by PayPal, I think they charge a fee on that as well. And then you'll basically click on confirm and pay. So once that is done, then you should receive a notification from AliExpress within the next 3 days to say that they've shipped the order. So you can also come here and click on my orders, and that will basically be able to view all the orders that you have actually placed, right? Then you can go back to the website, and there you go, it's been completed. Close that, and then you can also change the status to, let's say, processing, okay? And then you can click on update or anything like that. And that is pretty much it. So besides that, what I do want to show you is I want to go to the website, and I'm going to show you where you can add your logo. So you can click on customize, and then you go to themify options here, click on site logo and tagline, site logo. So here you can change your site title. So for example, I'm just going to call it your store 23, or you can add a logo image here. Basically you need to click on this and upload a PNG file. So what I recommend is checking out Fiverr, because you can get logos for $5. It's much easier than creating your own, or just use a simple site title, and let's say you can just, change your font like that, and then change the font weight just like that, which looks pretty good. And then you can also change the color as well. So for example, 222. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Publish, and also I'll show you where to add in your fav icon. So when you're actually getting a logo from Fiverr, you can also request a fav icon as well. So you can close that, and then you can go to your dashboard section, and then go to Themify Shop, Themify Settings, and then you can upload your fav icon here. So the size of the fav icon should be 32 × 32 pixels, and it should also be a PNG file. So it should appear somewhere here once you've saved it. So I'm also going to make a video on how to customize the look of your website, and I'll include that link to that video or that resource page down below. So basically, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, so I'll be uploading a lot more videos within the coming weeks. Thank you, and see you guys in the next tutorial.